this is an update on the tree fern which I planted in February of this year. So we're now in October, and this is the view that I get when I open my window in the morning from my bedroom. And as we can see, it's doing really well. There's about 11 fronds in total. The larger ones were the first to grow out earlier in the year. There's been some smaller ones, as you can see, and there's still fronds coming out. In fact, there's a small frond uncurling from the crown, and when I go downstairs I'll show you that close up. But all in all, it's been doing really well. So here we are downstairs outside in my front garden, and here's a close-up of the tree fern, and here's the frond that I talked about that's uncurling. And I'm quite surprised, considering that it's October and you know there's still new growth coming out. Can't see any more, but as you can see, it's done very well, very healthy. And position wise, I planted it in my front garden because this is north facing and tree ferns like shade, and it's going to be much easier to look after it here. Now, despite it being in the shade, it does get some sun, especially during the summer, and you can see that there's a bit of singeing there, the brown, but that's minor. There's some more singeing here, but as a result it's doing quite well, because tree ferns like shade. That's their preference in their natural habitat in Tasmania, in Australia, in the rainforests. They're under the canopy of much taller trees, and the way they survive is all the growth is from the top up here. So the first foot or so of this trunk is key to survival, and that's where the growth is, which is why you can cut the trunk anywhere below the top and replant it and it will grow again. In terms of food and nutrition, well, in their natural habitat there's a lot of leaf fall from the canopy, and that's what falls in. So I've got the leaves that were stuffed in here from winter, and during the year I have put leaves and basically ericaceous compost, which is essentially dried composted leaves, for nutrition, and that's all I've done. And watering wise, it's important. They love their water, and hence why if it's in a north facing or in a shady place, it's going to be much easier to look after. And watering is key to water the crown, and especially the first foot, but key is getting water in the top here. So if I haven't had a chance to look after it, I've always just splashed or poured about half a litre of water down the top into the top of the crown there and left it at that. But otherwise I make sure that I spray at least 2 to 3 litres of water, making sure the foot is well soaked, and then also the rest of the trunk. And I just use a basic sprayer here. That's all I do. I come out in the evenings every 2 to 3 days and I spray. And I think the best time to spray is in the evening, because the sun goes down and the moisture is going to stick. and we can see all the aerial roots here through which the tree fern absorbs moisture and humidity from the air and water. So they don't need much looking after, really. The key thing is watering. So that's how I've been looking after my tree fern.